Yo, what is up, guys? So today we're going to be doing the most random career sim ever. And now what I mean by that, everything's going to be random. The player we're choosing is random. Every single season, something random is going to happen to them. More players might be coming in. You don't know. This is going to be a random career sim, and we kind of want to see how this player's career will turn out versus their actual career. And even the player we're choosing is going to be random, so let's get to that right now. As you guys can see on the screen here, we got some players, and now when you first look at this, it's like, okay, these are just a bunch of random players for each team. You could take a look at some of them, but basically, we're going to be spinning a wheel. It's going to give us the team. We're picking number 1 through 3, and that's going to be our random player. And then every single season, we're going to be spinning this wheel, which has a lot of different things that will happen to the player, and we'll see them grow and see how it pans out versus their actual career with a little different roadblocks, I guess. Now, I sort of got this idea, and I put a little twist on it, but I got this idea from Young Nero. If you guys don't know who he is, check out, just look him up on YouTube. He's got some good 2K content, good basketball content like this, but yeah, if you want, you can pause and just look at the players I chose for each team. What I based this on was just like what I would watch, because like if you look at I don't know, like certain teams, like you go to the Pacers, I mean, I could put like current player, like I could put like actually do it random, and you get like, I don't know, O'Shea Brissett. I don't know if he still plays there, but I wouldn't really want to watch that. I mean, no disrespect to him or anything, so I put players that I think would be interesting. So yeah, let's get our player first. Let's see our random team, which it's going to be. I'm honestly kind of hoping for the Grizzlies, but it's not going to be. And wow, it's going to be the Pacers. So there we go. Just like that, we now have the Pacers. Now let me go find them, and we'll see our options. All right, so here are our options. The Indiana Pacers. We have either Lance Stevenson, Paul George, or Miles Turner. I would like one or two, because Lance Stevenson, he's a character, and it was fun watching him play and do his thing. Paul George, he's a star, so we can see how his career shapes up. And Miles Turner's a growing player. I try to put, for most teams, I try to put like one legend and two current players, or like just one old player and two current players, but it's kind of hard with some teams. Like, I don't know, it's just like, see the Sacramento Kings. I just didn't feel like I could do Chris Webber, but Chris Webber had a great career. I didn't put players like that. Like, there's no Michael Jordan in the Bulls and stuff like. You get what I'm saying? Just people that are really established. I did not put on here. So yeah, let's get our random number. See who we get. We get number 2, which is Paul George. I'm sure a lot of people are happy for that one. And so now we open up 2K and we put Paul George in the draft, and we'll see what the very first thing that happens to him in year 1 is. But let's pull up 2K and load him into the draft. Alright, so as you guys can see, we now have Paul George. He's 19, 6'8", and we'll go see where he gets drafted to, I think. Well, first let's check the lottery, because he's projected to go low, which is weird, because I changed his everything, so he's higher. So it's basically rookie Paul George. I don't know. Hopefully he gets drafted. Let's see the lottery. Top 3: Rockets, Magic, Pistons. So yeah, we're basically picking up where the NBA season would start today. So like all them. Let's get to the results. Pistons get number 1 pick. Then Thunder, Trailblazers. All right, we'll see. We'll go to the NBA draft. We'll see if he gets picked early. Number 1 pick, Paul George. There we go, to the Detroit Pistons. All right, well, let's sim to the end of the draft. Paul George, 19, 89 overall. I don't know why it says that. It doesn't matter, because the wheel is going to change everything. So I think it's just, I don't know. I'll make sure everything's all right with his stats and everything. I don't know. It's weird, but it should should be good. Thunder get Chet again, so you know Paulo falls down to 5. Let's see. So he went to the Pistons, so we're gonna change our team over to just the Pistons, and we're gonna rock with them. Alright guys, now we can spin the wheel and see what the first thing we're doing to Paul George is gonna be. So we'll spin. So he gets Hall of Fame defensive and rebound, which these ones I'm gonna remove after one. No, we'll keep them. So basically what this means, he gets every Hall of Fame defensive and rebounding badge. So let me go add that onto him, and then we can see what he's looking like now. Alright, so as you guys can see, defensive all Hall of Fame. Let me make sure everything's right. Like I said, I'm going to mess with the stuff to make this rookie Paul George. And we're going to get everything going. We got the Hall of Fame rebounding badges, and then we're going to simulate and see how he does year 1. Alright, so here we go, guys. We got 19-year-old Paul George. 82 overall. The badges really helped a lot. He now has 50 total badges. And him, Cade, and Jeremy Grant, I think, will be a great duo. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully he progresses into a great player. So, yeah, I'm going to start simulating, and I'll stop and let you guys know if something interesting happens. And we'll see. Maybe he can make an all-star appearance this year. And, yeah. But while we're sitting here and waiting for it to simulate, guys, I want to know, who do you guys think, I asked this in my last video, who do you think is going to be NBA champions? You know, just any thoughts you guys have about the season going into it, because, you know, it's coming up soon. And like I said, Lakers, I think they're going to win. And, you know, sorry if you guys can hear the train in the background. There's a train that runs through. But, yeah, I think Lakers are going to win. I think Ja or Luka is going to get MVP. That's just what I'm predicting, but you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Well, we're at the All-Star break now, so I guess we'll see if Paul George made it. I doubt it, but let's check. And no, he did not. I mean, no surprise. You know, he's a rookie. So, yeah, we're going to simulate to the end of the season and see the Pistons standings. Okay, so we're at the end of the season now, and Nikola Jokic wins MVP. Keegan Murray, Rookie of the Year. I guess, I don't know what Paul George was doing, but I mean, those are kind of crazy numbers for rookie season, 20 and 10, and great defense. Yeah, that deserved. Sixth Man of the Year, Colin Sexton. Defense Player of the Year, Paul George in year 1. Wow. And look at those numbers. I mean, he could have got Rookie of the Year. Wow. So about 2 steals and about half a block a game. Those are pretty good shooting splits too. So yeah, it's looking bright for them. I don't think any NBA teams. Nope. Defensive team. Yeah. Rookie team. Oh yeah, it's not going to count him as a rookie. I don't. It's something stupid. Even though he was in the draft class, I don't think they're going to count him as a rookie. I mean, that's my guess, unless these guys just balled out. Yeah, I don't think so. So, yeah, and I think this is, wait. Yeah, okay. Something messed up. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter for Paul George's thing, but they combined both draft classes somehow. Whatever. Let's see if the Pistons... Oh, we're the 6th seed. Okay. Well, let's go check Paul George's stats just to see how he played. And yeah, oh, well, no, we already saw him because, yeah, okay. But is it... No, what? See, he's a rookie, but I don't know. It's not a big deal, I guess. Let's simulate this play-in. Oh, and by the way, I think I forgot to address this, but the other Paul George is still in the league. Like if we go over to the Clippers, the reason why I want to see how his career will pan out in this, and then we can relate it to how our Paul George ended up with all the changes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I left him in there. So yeah, there you go, I guess. Let's get ready for the playoffs. Miami, who do we got? I don't know why it looks like that. Okay. Not a big deal. So Paul George gets to guard Jimmy Butler. That's actually a pretty good matchup for him. You know, he just won Defensive Player of the Year, so I think it's time for him to prove himself. Let's get simulate into game one. Oh, we win. Okay. Box score. Bam, went crazy. Oh, look at that. Jimmy Butler, 5 for 16. That's that Paul George defense. 5 steals. He did have 4 turnovers, but you know what? That's not a big deal. But we still lose. This is the last game. We have to win this or we're out of here. And it looks like we're out of here. Yep. Let's see how that... Oh, man. Yeah, this was just bad for us. And, oh, yeah, and they just had an amazing game. Okay, well, we'll just simulate the rest of the playoffs. Nobody cares. Who wins? Brandon Ingram, Finals MVP. Cool. All right, guys, so we're back at the wheel, so it's time to see what we have to do to Paul George. There is some scary options on here. Like, I don't know where it's at, but, oh, here it is right here. He could just retire year 2. It's possible, and then the video would obviously be cut short. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, there's some bad stuff on here too. Like these ones that say no badges. This is no finishing badges at all. He loses all of his finishing badges. Now, if he gains it back up, like next season, I'm not going to take it away from him. It's not like that. So like if he loses these Hall of Fame defensive and rebounding badges that we gave him, they're gone. I can't do anything. So yeah, let's spin the wheel and see what we have to do to Paul George now. Trade to team of choice in his second year. Okay, let me get back on 2K, and I get to choose. So obviously, I'm going to choose hopefully, I think an exciting team for him to play on. I'll say that. Okay, we are back on 2K, and let me go to Trade Finder. So it's going to be, I'm just going to do it through Trade Finder. I'm not going to force trades and just put them on any team. But I'm just going to look through these, and whichever one I want. This is when he's going to the Jazz. No, it still says he has Rudy Gobert because like it like glitched and combined. Just don't worry about it. The Kings, well, they're trading their 2 stars, so what would be the point of sending him there? The Spurs, they still have Tajante, but like that's not gonna work. Oh, the Thunder. And then I think we send him to the Thunder. Hate to screw over the Pistons like this, but I mean, he's got Chet, he's got SGA. It sucks to see that we're not going to have Giddey, but Giddey for Paul George. I mean, yeah. So we're sending Paul George to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we'll see what he could do there. Maybe they'll win a championship, and yeah, maybe some MVPs on the horizon. Who knows? All right, guys, we now are in control of the Oklahoma City Thunder, so let's check out the roster. SGA is at a 92, Paul George at an 84, and Chet at an 82. We picked up Markelle Fultz, too, Jayshawn Tate, Jeremy Sochan as well. All right, well, we got a roster. I think they're pretty good. I mean, we could really do something with this. So I'm going to simulate, and I'll catch you guys at the All-Star break to see what Paul George has done. So far, he's got a Defensive Player of the Year and all defensive first team. That's it. It's great. It's a pretty good resume. I mean, it's more Defensive Player of the Year than current Paul George has. So we're already off to a great start, year 2. So yeah, I'll catch you guys at the All-Star break. Okay, guys, we're not at the All-Star break, and we're not a captain. But let's see if Paul George got drafted. We're looking for one-time All-Stars, I believe. It should say that. And he's not here. So Paul George, once again, no All-Star team, but let's simulate to the end of the season. Maybe another Defensive Player of the Year. Who knows? Maybe he'll make a first team, though, even though he didn't make the All-Star game. You never know. So, Luka, MVP, 34, 10, and 11. That's going to be hard to beat, but maybe Paul George will be able to do it with these wheel spins. We've kind of got some basic ones. I mean, this year 2 spin was just trading him to a different team. So that doesn't really even affect him. The first one, those Hall of Fame defensive badges, he should be winning Defensive Player of the Year now. I mean, he already had a ton of them gold, so didn't boost much, but still. We need more wheel spins like that if we want him to become this best player. Is that LSK? Okay, I mean, that looks exactly like him, but you know what, whatever. We'll move on. That is not Scoot Henderson. What in the world am I? Okay. And we do not win Defensive Player of the Year. It is Giannis. But Giannis probably has everything Hall of Fame, too. And his stats are higher. We're still a rookie. We're still growing. Most improved, Jaden Ivey. So let's see if we made a first team. We did not. How is Julius Randle here? I don't. Whatever. Defensive first team, Paul George. We'll check out his stats in a second. But let's see. We're the first seed. Okay. That's big. We go look at our stats. SGA, 29 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists. I mean, he is leading this team. Paul George, 22, though. That's good. 22, 8, and 4. That's good. On about 2 steals. So he averaged about the same defensive numbers, but his shooting splits look like they've gone up. Oh, yeah, they have gone up, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, field goal percentage is higher, 3-point percentage is higher, and free throws a little higher. We should try to boost that to 90 if we can. But we'll see. How did Chet do? I mean, Chet did all right. Yeah, we're looking good. We're the first seed, so let's see how this goes. We'll simulate the play-in. We're going against Golden State, which is Curry, Clay, Wiggins, Cumbucket, and James Wiseman. But we got PG-13, SGA, and I don't think we have any other cool nicknames. So, yeah, let's get this game underway. Simulate the first game. Like I said, we probably won't jump in unless it's like a finals or conference finals run. But, yeah, we lose the first game to the 8th seed. Wow. When Trey Mann's your leading scorer, that says a lot. No disrespect to Trey Mann. I mean, he's a hooper, but in 2K, he's only, 77, 79? So, yeah. In real life, though, he's a beast. But, I mean, we limited Curry. I don't know who... He was on Wiggins. He guarded him well, so look at the next game. Hopefully we win this one. And there we go. That was a close game, but SGA and Paul George got us the win. Looking good. And yeah, they just can't do anything about it. I guess Curry's washed. I guess. Yeah. I'm just saying Wiggins has done nothing. You put Paul George on him, and that's what happens. This is game 7, though, so this is win or go home. It's looking close, and we are going home for the second year in a row. Separate teams. Wow, we lost to the 8th seed. That's embarrassing. We don't care who wins. The Pacers. Whatever. I mean, shout out Tyrese. Okay, so now we're at the next season. So that means we have another wheel to spin. All right, guys. Now we are back at the wheel to see what we have to do to Paul George. That second year wasn't anything crazy, so I'm hoping we get something pretty crazy. So let's see what it will be for PG-13. Hall of Fame shooting. See, this is what we need. Now he will have every single Hall of Fame shooting badge. So let me go put those on him real quick, and then we'll get to simulating. All right, guys, as you can see, we now have every single Hall of Fame badge on Paul George. So let's just complete the changes and return. And Paul George is now a 91 overall. He is progressing quite well. His accolades, though, he has all defensive first team and a defensive player of the year. But we're hoping for a little more out of him. Let's try to get some chips. So yeah, let's start simulating. Okay, guys, we're not at the All-Star break. I'm really hoping he made it because now he has Hall of Fame defense and shooting. And his stats keep going up, so hopefully he's doing some, you know what I'm saying, he's making some things happen. He's not a captain, but let's see on, oh, there we go, he's a starter. First time starter on Team Antetokounmpo. Paul George, first time All-Star starter. That means his numbers are pretty good, obviously. So, we're hoping he wins another Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, man, I messed up the screen. I'm sorry you guys are seeing double right now. Let me fix that. I do apologize. And while we're here, I'm also going to move my face cam over to the right so you guys can see these numbers and stuff. But yeah, Luka wins MVP. It's going to be hard to take that from him, but that's our goal. I don't know who this is, Rookie of the Year, huh? That's not Scoot, but whatever. Paul George, another defensive player of the year. That's what I'm talking about. But while we're here, what are your guys' opinions on Paul George? Now, for me, I have a Paul George jersey, which is weird because I don't really like him. I know a lot of people like Paul George, but I don't know. I've just never really liked him. I don't really know the reason. I know a lot of people do, but like I said, for me, I don't know, man. Paul George, like my favorite player is Westbrook, and I don't have anything like Paul George came there and we made it to the playoffs. And I was a Westbrook fan. I'm a Lakers fan, so I shouldn't say we, but he helped Westbrook make it to the playoffs, which is cool and all. But I don't know. He plays for the other LA team, so maybe that might be it. But yeah, I'm not really sure. But all NBA second team, there are some accolades we are getting now, Paul George. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to like him after this video, I'll tell you that much. Start wearing that jersey more. It's all defensive first team, of course, because he won Defensive Player of the Year. We're the number 4 seed, so we dropped down a little bit, but it was, well, it's probably not worth it, but Paul George made a jump, so, take it how you will. Let's check his stats. SGA still leading the team in points, but Paul George jumped up by 5 points. That's pretty good. His reboundings went up by 1. His assists went up by 1. So now he's averaging 26, 9, and 5. That's great. Steals went up. Blocks are similar. Field goal percentage is up. 3-point percentage is about the same, but free throw percentage is up. That is huge. How's our other... Chet's doing all right. He's progressing slowly. 88. But now we're looking pretty scary. This team is going to be crazy. If Paul George stays with them, like I said, it's completely random. He may leave the team. I think this is last year of his contract. It is. He may leave the team. We may have to trade him. You never know. So, Paul George may not be here next season, so let's make the most out of it. Let's win this chip. We're going against Dallas. We know who they have. Luka. They have Benedict Mathurin, who I actually like him. I think he's going to be a pretty decent player. They have Ousmane Dieng, OG Anunoby, but they have Hassan Whiteside. We got Chet. Hopefully Chet exposes him. Let's see the first game. OKC, we win. Paul George, 44 and 13, baby. That's what I'm talking about. SGA dropped 35. Of course we're going to win. There's no stopping Luka. We could put Paul George on him, it wouldn't do anything. And that's up to the coaches, not me. So let's continue. And just like that, I think that's a 4-0 sweep, is it not, against Dallas? SGA, Paul George. Paul George is doing great. He's averaging 36, 12, and 7. Jeez, what does Shea average? 30. This team's monsters. Yeah, that's 4-0, man. Now we're on to here against the number 1 seed, Houston. Who do they have? Terquavion Smith. Reminds me of YPK Ray, his Terquavion. But yeah, they also have Jalen Green. They got Jimmy Butler and Paulo and Jokic. What is this team? And I don't know why this is weird. I know nobody cares, but I feel like Jokic always goes to the Rockets whenever I do rebuilds. Maybe it's a hint at something in real life. Maybe the Nuggets make him mad. He's like, I want to go play with Jalen Green. But this team, they're scary. But they only have one. They have 2 90s, and we don't really compare. But I still have hope for our boys. So let's see. It's the first game. It's a loss. What are we supposed to do? And they have Jaylen Brown. How do we stop this? And I don't know how this is possible. Salary cap is on. Trade restrictions are on. Everything like that. I don't know how their team is. I know he's a 78, but yo, this team is insane. What are we supposed to do? Paul, we're just gonna have to hope for some huge games. I think we are down. What is it, 0-3? So, yeah, we're gone. What were we supposed to do? That is... If they lost... Okay, guys, so now we're at the wheel for Paul George, and let's just hope for something good again. That was great for him. That really gave him a lot of good stuff. I didn't even see if he's still on the team. We'll have to check that in a second. Import a Hall of Famer's DNA. That's good. but not because this is going to wipe everything we just gave him. So let's hope he gets a good Hall of Famer, because this isn't my choice. This is supposed to be the most random rebuild. So let's go to... We'll just do 206 that they have on here. So between 1 and 206. And whoever we get... 139, great. This is going to be a lot of counting. I'll get back to you guys when I find out who it is. So guys, the 139th Hall of Famer on Hall of Fame basketball players is Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning is an amazing player, but I think our current Paul George is a little better. So, and just to make this clear, I am not going to change the badges. So he's still going to have the badges, but he's going to have the shooting of Alonzo Mourning. He's just going to have the attributes of him. He's going to keep his badges and tendencies. So hopefully it's not too big of a deal. So yeah, I'm going to go collect his stats, and I'm going to go put it into Paul George. Pause. And see how he's looking. I'll catch you guys when I'm done with that. Well, guys, we've imported his attributes, and yeah, so just imagine Paul George, but like he's a 95 overall. But just imagine like you see the D 3-point shooting? Like, he has every Hall of Fame shooting badge, and now he can't shoot. His defense, though, is going to be insane. If he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year, I don't know, because Alonzo Mourning's defense in this game is ridiculous, and he's slow. He's super slow now. And he's going to develop more finishing badges, but, like, just imagine, like, not Paul George. That's who our player pretty much is now. He can't dribble whatsoever, but, yeah, we're going to simulate this season, and I'm sure he'll make an all-star, but how do you guys feel about, what should we call him, Alonzo George or Paul Mourning? We'll still call him Paul George, but it just doesn't feel like him anymore, But we're at the All-Star break, and oh look, his former teammate's now a captain, but I think he'll make it. Yeah, Paul George, 2-time All-Star. And by the way, he did re-sign with the Thunder. Just thought I'd let you guys know. So yeah, we have a chance to possibly run this back. But he signed on a 1-year deal, which is, I think it's a rookie contract. Luka wins MVP. No surprise. Trae Johnson, Rookie of the Year. Scoot, still not Scoot, whatever. Paul George, Defensive Player of the Year. I told you, he better. He still shot 43% from 3. I'm just letting you guys know that, well, Alonzo Mourning's 3 isn't like a 25. It's a 65, which isn't bad. And his mid-range is 82, which is all right. But wow, look at those rebounding numbers, 28 and 15. He had a case for MVP, but his playmaking is so bad. Like Alonzo Mourning, I guess, never passed the ball because his passing stats were terrible. Let's look. Oh, 2 players, all NBA first team. We're coming for it. Okay, and then it's, glitched, but whatever. So we don't really need to look at any of this. Defensive team, yeah, we know he's there. We're the first seed. We'll simulate the play-in, but let's go check his stats and see what he's looking like. Oh, wait, we already saw him. Yeah, never mind. Wow. But let's just compare the shooting splits. I mean, field goal percentage went down a tad bit, but he's scoring more, so don't care. 3-point percentage went down more than it should have, but it's Alonzo Mourning's 3-point, so I really can't complain about almost 43%. And the free throw went down. Yeah, but you know what? It's okay. Chet, I'm really expecting more out of you, but I guess it's just the SGA Paul George show. We're going against Memphis, Ja, Ivy, Kwame Evans, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Rudy Gobert. We have this Ian Jackson guy now. I don't know who he is, but I think we should win. First game, easy. I'm going to keep simulating until we get some crazy games like this one, 31-22, which it might be every game because This isn't the Paul George you're used to. George didn't even have to do much. They just didn't do much. So there we go. We're now in round 2 versus Minnesota, who has D'Angelo Russell, old. Shadion Sharp getting better. He won Most Improved 1 year, so watch out for him. Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. I thought he would have been a 90 by now. Guess not. Jared Vanderbilt. See him at 80. Cat, 87. Wow, this team has not changed much. First game, we win. Paul George, 33-20. Yeah, same thing with the last game. I'll let y'all know if something interesting happens. But hopefully this will be an easy sweep, you know. Next game, we win. Ian Jackson. Another win. I think that's it. We move on. Yeah, we beat Minnesota 4-1. Perfect. And now we're going against Houston. Oh, man, they are scary. And they're even better. Terquavion has gotten better. Jalen Green has gotten better. Jimmy Butler got worse. Who cares? Paulo got better. Jokic got better. And let me just... Wow, we win the first game. Awesome. Paul George, 40-10. 37. We need that more. Do they still have... They have John Wall. Huh? But they no longer have... Well, all their players are... Is their lowest overall really 79? But they don't have Jaylen Brown anymore. So you know what? I think we do win this. Oh no, we won. Yeah, it's over. Paul George, 35-24. And we're in the finals against his old team. Cade. Oh, they got gosh, I cannot speak. They got Clint Capella, but I still think we win this. Let's simulate with Simcast because we definitely will be jumping into these if it's close. That doesn't look close to me. Nope. Yeah. Maybe this one will be closer, but I feel like our team is way better. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to win. But who knows? Maybe we'll get a close game since they're home now. Nope. Maybe, you know, this is their winner go home game. Maybe they'll... Oh, it is a close game, actually. But let's get a little closer. 2 minutes. There we go. We'll jump in, and now we'll be able to watch him play. There we go. We see... Where's Paul George? Oh, and I'm just now realizing this. We're back on the Thunder with Paul George. Paul George is not in the game. But this is an important moment in his career. You know, maybe we should watch it.
Some solid defense there from Jackson. They've got Clint Capella, Cade Cunningham out there with Foster, then it's Brooks, and it's Bay in at
He's all the way at the bench. I kind of want to see if he fouled out, but let's see if Shea can score. He does not. But he made somebody foul out, so you know what? Let's see. Is Paul George fouled? He is fouled out. I don't think we should watch the rest of this. We're just going to simcast the rest. Sorry, we wanted to see Paul George play. We lose by 2. It's because Paul George fouled out. That's what I bet it on. And yeah, let's see. Maybe we could get a close game. This one preferably a win, though. 7, that's just not close enough. Wow, it got close real quick. Of course it did. But we still win. Paul George, man, what happened in this game? Who knows? But he wins Finals MVP. There we go, baby. Paul George, what is this, 3 or 4 years into his career, already better than the actual Paul George. Sorry, no disrespect, but with this wheel, yeah, he's getting a little blessed. He somehow made it to 96 overall, even though he lost his shooting. But, wow, great performance from Paul George. So, yeah, Paul George is now an NBA champion, but we have to move on to the next season. You know what that means. That's another wheel spin. And, oh, my gosh, did I do it again? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. You guys saw double of that. I'll try to chop that up shortly. I got to remember to turn off the thing, but we'll auto-generate the rookies. And maybe I'll just zoom it in, and you guys could just hear my voice on this part. I do apologize for that. But now we have to go spin the wheel for Paul George. All right, guys. Now we are at the wheel again. Let's see what we have to do to good old Paul George. Yeah, let's see. Hall of Fame shooting. We can't do that. He already has it. So we will be spinning it again. Let's see. Well, there we have it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. I'm so sorry for the little technical errors I had. We'll be fixing that. But that is it. Paul George now has to retire. Let's go compare him to real Paul George and see what the difference is, because that is it. Paul George, he's done. You know, if you guys want to see more videos like this, I might do another one since this one was so short. But that's it. That's it for Paul George. So let's look at him. His numbers, I mean, I think they're a little better than actual Paul George numbers. But let's go check the awards. He's a champion. He's a 2-time All-Star. He's made the All-NBA team twice. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. 4-time First Team All-Defense. Now let's go check the actual Paul George, who I think should still be on the clip. Did he might have retired. Let's check though. Well, he's a free agent. He's no longer in the league. So he was an All-Star 5 more times. No surprise. And he was first team All-NBA once, which so were we, but we were second team once, but he was 5-time third team. So he has more All-NBA. We have more first team defenses and just overall defense. He has a most improved, which doesn't matter because we have, 4 Defensive Player of the Years, a championship, and a ring. So let's see, in 4 years of this Paul George's career, he already surpassed the other Paul George. Wow. I did actually have a lot of fun with this video, even though it's so short. Sorry, Paul George, but you have to retire. It's just time for you to go. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I really hope you enjoyed. Again, sorry for the technical errors with the screen overlay. I do apologize. Not sure if I want to zoom that in yet, or how it's going to look. It's either you're hearing my voice, right? Or no, you'll see me now because I fixed it, but you'll either be hearing my voice or I guess you'll be seeing me. We'll see how it looks. Thank you guys for watching, though. If you want to see another part, please leave a like and subscribe. And I do think I will be making another part. I did quite enjoy this, and I want one that is an actual career sim. But the retire option's always there, and we got it. So Paul George retiring after 4 years, surpassing current Paul George. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed.